If the world hates you, just remember that it has hated me first. If you belong to the world, then the world would love you as its own. But I chose you from this world, and you do not belong to it. That is why the world hates you. Whoever hates me, hates my Father also. They would not have been guilty of sin if I had not done among them the things that no one else has done. As it is, they have seen what I did, and they hate both me and my Father. They hated me for no reason at all.
Hello and welcome everyone to another show, another stream reacting to One Piece 1165 or 1164. I'm sorry. Wait, is this 65 or 64? Oh no, do I have the wrong chapter number? No, it's 1164. Welcome in everybody. God bless everyone here. I hope everyone's having a beautiful morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. I'm excited to talk about this chapter. We already know this chapter is going to be absolutely nuts based off of the spoilers. Absolutely crazy. Even the past few chapters, 1163, 1162, have been really good, especially 1163. I am thrilled. I am pumped, chat. I'm absolutely pumped. I'm thrilled to read through these spoilers. Let's get some art on the screen because, as you guys know, I can't put the chapter page on the screen. YouTube will flag the stream. We'll get a copyright strike. Nobody will like that. Let's have some kind of art on the screen. I am pumped, guys. Is anyone else struggling to have TCB loading? I'm trying to load the chapter on TCB. First of all, it says 1165. It doesn't say 1164. And it's loading super slow. Is anyone else having that problem? Hope everyone's doing good, chat. How are we doing today? How is everyone doing today? I never dyed my hairline rocks. Bro, I told you I can't dye my hair. I literally am not allowed to do that. Maybe I would. Maybe in another timeline I would. Maybe I would, but bro, unfortunately I don't have that privilege. If I was doing YouTube full time and I didn't have other stuff going on, maybe I would, bro. Maybe I would go the full Roxy Zebek hair. L, God bless, bro. I can't get a Mihawk costume, man. I saw one and it wasn't even accurate. It was the coat. It was only the coat, and it was like $200. Is it not 65? Is it 64 or is it 65? I'm pretty sure we're on 1164, right? Let me see. I need to find the TCB link. It's 1164, not 65. Hold on, I think I found 1164. Okay, I found it. There's a fake TCB website. You guys need to be careful. There is a fake TCB site. Ready for the Garp Glaze? Yo, if you're ready and you're waiting for Garp Glaze, you're on the wrong channel, bro. You're on the wrong stream. We already went over this. Garp is serving the devil. Right? You would agree that Emu's the devil, right? Well, guess what? Garp worked for the devil for like 70 years. Can't do that, man. Can't do that. Johan, God bless. How you doing, man? Young Smokey, God bless, bro. What do you mean sign the Garp apology form? Are we going to go back through this debate? Are we, Smokey? I thought we were on the same page, bro. Follow the logic here. Follow the line of reasoning. Emu is the devil. The Marines work for the Celestial Dragons. Garp is a Marine. So therefore, Garp works for the devil, right? And it's not like he doesn't know that the Celestial Dragons are bad. What's good, Jacob? God bless. Evil, I promise if you apologize now, you won't look ridiculous. I won't ever look ridiculous because as the canon states, there is no concrete proof that Garp is playing the long game. If Garp is playing the long game, that's because of innovation. That's because of something new being presented. And you have to acknowledge that. Otherwise, you're lying. We know that the fact of the matter is that there's no canonical proof that Garp is playing the long game and has an ulterior motive. We should all agree on that. So if he is working for Emu and the Celestials with an ulterior motive, playing the long game, that's because Oda's presenting new information. Do you see the distinction I'm making? My argument is not that he can't play the long game. That's not my argument. My argument is not that he is that he doesn't have an ulterior motive. That's not my argument. My argument is that if he is playing the long game, if he does have an ulterior motive, that's because of something we have not seen. There's a difference there. I'm not saying the coin is in your left hand, but I am saying that if it's in your left hand, it's because you're going to show me later on it's in your left hand. I'm not saying the same thing. Do you understand, or is your brain still like glitching out? What if Roger told him what he knew and Garp? What if Roger told him what he knew and Garp knows he could not do anything before the time is right? Bro, he should have left the Marines. He should have retired at God Valley. Better yet, why are you ignoring his own son? Garp, who was Dragon during the Marines? What was Dragon during the Marines? A cadet. Dragon was a cadet, and yet he still left the Marines and made an entire worldwide army to oppose the very people that Garp is serving. Garp has way more assets, way more tools, a way better opportunity to leave the Marines because of his power and his clout and start his own army, start his own militia, or better yet, just retire. Even if he left the Marines and he was like, you know what, I'm not going to make a revolutionary army. You know what? That's still better than working for them. Garp's long game is to get more women at the pool partying with him. Bro, Garp is not pulling in women, man. Come on now, bro. Garp won't leave the Marines because he wants the Marines to be good like they originally should have been. Look, I don't know how many times I can repeat myself. That might be possible, but that's not the same thing as saying that's what the case is. I don't know. I genuinely can't tell the difference if people are trolling me or if people just don't understand or if people are straw manning me. I don't understand what the disconnect is. You know what? This is what it is. I'm going to tell this to everyone in the chat. I'm telling you guys right now. I feel like I'm being gaslit. My chat is gaslighting me. Because guess what? If Garp was playing the long game all along, if Garp did really make sword and all these things, I'm going to be celebrating. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be cheering on Garp. But another part of me is going to be like, dang, bro, like, it really does suck that you worked for them that long. You literally witnessed and questioned a genocide on God Valley. Evil, just because you repeat yourself doesn't make you right. Sword is inspired by Garp, and look at how long it took used to become, and look at how long it took to become a thing. I'm not trying to make it seem that if I'm repeating myself that it makes my argument correct. I'm showing you how you clearly don't understand what the argument is. And I'm seeming like I have to repeat myself because they don't know how else to say it. You're not okay, how about this, Jacob? How about this? And then we're going to get started with the reaction. How about you tell me what my position is? Can you do that? Tell me what my position is. Can you do that? Tell me what I'm saying, what my argument is, what I believe. I want to see if you even understand what I'm saying. Trolling. Have you seen the God bless Johan. God bless Ellen Smokey. Have you seen the theory that explains that Emu is linked to Mary Shelley and therefore to Nami because Nami's name is Anne, therefore Mary? That seems like a bunch of leaps. I don't know who Mary Shelley is. I haven't seen that theory before. You're saying Garp is only doing something because other people made it possible. No, that's not what I'm saying. You're saying Garp is only doing something because other people made it possible. What is this something you're referring to? I don't understand. What I'm saying is just because Garp can possibly create sword doesn't mean you treat it as fact. Just because Garp could possibly be playing the long game with an ulterior motive doesn't mean we treat it as fact. So we go based off of what the narrative, what the canon says. That's what the argument is. And that is not the same thing as saying that he's not, or that he can, let me reword this. That's not the same thing as saying he cannot play the long game. Just because I'm saying something is not proven, that's not the same thing as saying that what's not proven is false, right? What you're arguing is that Garp worked for the Marines, right? Garp works for the Marines. He serves the Marines because he is playing the long game. Garp's ulterior motive is to launch sword. Garp wants to change the Marines from the inside. Garp wants to be a good Marine and make the Marines good. Make Marine Ford great again. Make Marines great again. That's what your argument is. Is that what your argument is? Bro, how did Garp not destroy God Valley, LOL? Bro put a dent in Hachinosu. God Valley was left untouched. Yeah, that's actually a good question. Wasn't Garp stronger during God Valley than he was at Hachinosu? Your position is on the fence? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. I do want to get started with the chapter. We have to start eventually, right? In the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, one God, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Chat 1164. One Piece chapter 1164, Davy's Blood. Cover request by Shinome Tomari. Perona chasing a rabbit with a pocket watch. You know, this actually makes me think. I want to know what you guys think as well. Chat, what do you think the next cover story is going to be? What do you think the next cover story is going to be? I want the next cover story to be a Katakuri cover story. Young Smokey with the 12 months, 1 year membership. Thank you so much, bro. God bless you for your tremendous support day in and day out. Thank you tremendously, man. I was thinking about it. Do you think Oda will dedicate several chapters to a full Garp backstory? Like we could see Luffy's grandma. She would have been special to reign in Garp. You know, that would actually be a pretty cool flashback. Now, I wouldn't mind that, but I would have to question when exactly would that be necessary? You know, because right now we're looking at God Valley and we're looking at Elbaf. Emu took over Gunko, and you know we have all of these important events going on. Loki. We have a very specific kind of narrative going on right now. So if we were to get a Garp backstory, I don't know if that would be right now or if that would be later. And I think like a Garp backstory would have to it would have to fit a certain type of narrative. So I don't know. Maybe Oda pans the scene, Oda pans the camera, he pans the narrative back to Hachinosu. And we see Blackbeard talking to Garp. Maybe Blackbeard's getting ready to kill Garp, publicly execute Garp or something like that. And then we dive into a Garp backstory. It could be something like that. But if you're asking me about that taking place right now, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would be too relevant. You know, right now I'm thinking about Gunko and the Holy Knights and Emu, all the Elbaf giants. I'm thinking about Harold and Loki, Zebek. That's what I'm thinking about. So I would say, yeah, it's possible. I just don't know entirely when. Maybe it would be during like this kind of unfolding of Garp's character arc. That's actually really interesting. I never thought of that before. God bless you, Smokey. All right, chat, let's continue. Don't really care about this cover page request of Perona. I'm not really interested. Is that Mihawk? What are the bunnies? Oh no, she's thinking about Mihawk. Oh, because the bunny looks like Mihawk. Yo, Mihawk just has too much aura, man. Mihawk just has too much aura, bro. Mihawk really is one of the coolest characters after Zoro, of course. Zoro's the coolest character. All right, first page of 1164. Let's go. Rocks got hit with Domi Reversi. Ah, Rocks. Okay, so we see Roger. We see Whitebeard. I do think it's pretty cool that Roger looks just like his son Ace. Because, you know, for a while, especially in the anime, when we would look at Roger, we would think like, yo, how is Ace this guy's son? He looks very different from Ace, you know, with the whole mustache going on. But nowadays, when you look at how Roger's drawn and depicted, Roger looks just like Ace. I like that. It's pretty cool. Our attacks didn't even phase that spider thing. So we got Roger, we got Garp. Yo, look at young Garp, man. Chat, we prayed for times like these. We were praying for times like these, bro. We're literally watching the God Valley battle, bro. Got Roger, we got Garp, we got Whitebeard. Whitebeard doesn't even look that much younger. Kaido, Big Mom. What in the world? How obstinate. Wheeze. You shouldn't scoff at humans, you beast. Is Zebek the one saying that? You shouldn't scoff at humans, you beast. He's calling Emu a beast? Oda, are you trying to sprinkle in something there? It could be, chat, it could just be like, oh, you're a beast, you know? You're strong. Oh, you're a monster. But is Oda trying to allude to something there? Hey, Satan is a beast. Davy D. Jones. That's the name of the previous king of the world.
This guy brought a nuke into the building.
Hold on, we got to run that back one more time. Davy D. Jones. That's the name of the previous king of the world.
This guy brought a nuke into the building.
You know what? He also, chat, notice, Zebek is saying Davy D. Jones. If someone here for some reason thinks that the will of D is the will of Davy, you also, not only do you have to subscribe to Davy Teach, Davy Zebek, Davy Eris, but then you also got to subscribe to Davy Jones. That seems very strange. That seems very unlikely. I think the will of D is something else. I think it stands for something, and that something is the presentation, the icon of a half moon. As we see in chapter 1138, the Elbaf mural, we see that there's people of the half moon. Oh, but it's evil. The people in the D, they all have dreams. Look, bro, listen. Oy me. Don't you know? They all have dreams. That's what the D clan is. Look, bro, even people outside of the D clan have dreams. Why are we making it like this exclusive thing to where like, no, actually, the people in the D clan, they all have dreams. So like obviously the D stands for dream. People outside of the D clan have dreams. Why are you making that like a property of the D clan when, again, people outside of the D clan have dreams? I really don't get that. And that's what the buildup is for. Like all along, it was like the D clan are reminiscent, or they're remnants of people that used to exist, and now the people nowadays, they have dreams. Like I don't even get that. Plus, it doesn't really seem like the current remnants of the D clan even share the same dream. L with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. God bless, man. I'm sorry, Garp. You are actually a great guy. Evil. Why? Hey, again with the fake news. Again with the fake news. L, don't get me wrong. You're a good guy. Very good guy. But I never said that. Celestials are Nika's chosen people. L, thank you for the super chat, but you are unbased. You are L. You are cringe. You are a lefty. That's why your name is L. L for lefty. You are a loser. You are you're a lefty. You're a loser. You're a lunatic. What else are you, L? Lefty, loser. What are some mean words that start with L, chat? Mean words that start with L. I loathe you. You're lame. You're lanky. What else? Let's see, L. You're lukewarm, you're lax, you're lazy, you're a liar, you're lousy, you're lifeless, you're left-handed. Worst of all, you're left-handed. You're lice-infested. L, you're everything that's L, okay? You're a loser. No, I'm just kidding. L, I love you, bro. Thank you so much for the super, my boy. God bless you, man. Thank you so much, bro. I never said that. I never said that. He said I am a liar, though. Nah, you're Vincent. God bless, bro. You're loco. God bless for fun. You're a liquor. I don't even want to know what that means. God bless, Deans. No, L is not lovable. All right, let's continue, chat. Insolent fool, that wretch was never king. Not for a single moment. Thou hast no place in the fate that binds Moo and Davy. Oh, the fates that binds Moo and Davy. So there's certainly a connection between Emu and Davy Jones, which is something that was fairly obvious leading up until now. If you guys watched the previous streams, or I guess the previous stream on the 1163 chapter reaction, you guys know what I'm talking about. How can Emu be someone that's been around for at least 800 years yet go to Zebek and ask Zebek if he is Davy Jones. How can that be possible? Because we see this happen in 1163. Emu goes to Zebek and says, Zebek, thou art Davy Jones? Hey, Zebek, you're Davy Jones? Why would Emu say that? Wouldn't we be led to believe that Emu knows of Davy Jones? Emu has the knowledge of like everything. Emu has been around all this time. He knows of the original Davy Jones. He knows that the original Davy Jones died. We see in Longring Longlands arc, even Robin already knew that Davy Jones was some guy from many centuries ago. So the point is that Emu most likely believes that Davy Jones is going to come back, and this will further supply or argue for that belief, for the conversation with Emu's dialogue. Not for a single moment, thou hast no place in the fate that binds Mu and Davy. See, there's a fate that binds Mu and Davy. Emu's going to know things. I'll have to get back to that later, Johan. It's a little off topic, but there is a fate that binds Emu and Davy Jones. Emu has to have some type of knowledge on Davy Jones. But don't forget, also in 1163, what do we read, chat? We read that there's some kind of promise. And what is the context in which Zebek is talking about this promise? Well, first of all, is Davy Jones. And secondly, that he isn't Davy Jones. So it seems like to me, the most probable cause of this discussion, the most probable cause of this conflict between Emu and Davy Jones is the idea that Davy Jones was the king of the world, or Davy Jones was a notorious figure that promised to come back. And because he promised to come back, this is a fate that binds together both Mu and Davy. This is a promise that Zebek knows of, and this is a threat to Emu, in which Emu believes that he needs to eradicate the Davy clan, in order to prevent. Does this make sense, chat? Does this make sense? Are you guys putting this together now? Then you shouldn't be so scared. It's just a name after all. See, it's just a name after all. What is Oda telling you here, chat? What is Oda telling you? Read in between the lines, guys. Read in between the lines. Read. What does this mean? Then you shouldn't be so scared is just a name after all. Chat, what does this mean? What does he mean by that? What does he mean by that, chat? What does he mean? What does he mean? Roxy Zebek, how are you going to tell me that Davy D. Jones is just the name if, wait a second, Davy Jones existed in the past, though? Matter of fact, you literally just said Davy Jones was the king of the world. How are you going to concede that Davy Jones was an actual person in the past that was the king of the world, but then you turn around and say that Davy Jones is just a name? The point of this, chat, is that Davy Jones is going to be treated like a messianic title, just like Joy Boy. That's the point. That's what Oda is telling you. That is exactly why all of the discussion relating to Zebek and Emu and Davy Jones has happened till now. That's the only way to hold a consistent view. We already went over this. Saying that Davy Jones and Joy Boy are the same person won't work. You run into huge problems with that belief. Saying Davy Jones wasn't the king of the world or some notorious figure won't work. You run into problems with that. Saying Davy Jones won't come back won't work. You run into problems with that. Chat, it seems to be clear that the circumstance in which we are reading is that in the same way Joy Boy was a person, and that title and the name is now being passed down as a title. That is the same circumstance for Davy Jones. That's the same purpose. That is the same circumstance. That how else do you read 1163 and 1164? How else do you read it? How else do you read it? So with this interpretation, you have a consistent reading. It would be no different if the conversation was Luffy and Emu. And Luffy is like, why are you so scared, Emu? Joy Boy's just a name. What do you mean by it's just a name? It's a name that's being passed down to someone in the future, and that person is going to play a prophetic role. That's the purpose. Are you guys with me, chat? I see a whole bunch of yapping, and I don't see any clapping. Are you guys with me, chat? If you're with me, if you are following along, if you're absorbing the content, if you are enjoying the content, if you are learning, if you are having a good time, drop something in the chat. Drop a salute, drop a clap emoji, drop something for me. God bless Eli. Luffy's going to be like, never met the guy, just like Zebek. Yes. Of course, but I agree with you, but that's neither here nor there. The purpose of this discussion, whether you guys agree or disagree, the purpose of the discussion is that Davy Jones is going to be treated as a title. What we do is we refer to the title as the original progenitor. Right? You guys would agree with that notion, right? We know in the past there was a guy named Joy Boy. But wait a second. Isn't Luffy Joy Boy? Or according to Gio on Twitter, isn't Joy Boy Momonosuke? The point here is that Joy Boy is an actual person, and this is being treated as a title to be passed down to someone in the future that will then go on to play a role that was prophesied. Davy Jones is going to be the same thing. Davy Jones was a character of the past, a person who lived long ago, who goes on through their namesake to a person who plays a role of prophecy. If that's the case, chat, did Oda foreshadow it? Yeah, he did foreshadow it. When in 1163, Zebek says, and I quote, "Promises are meant to be kept." Maybe a theory soon. So Blackbeard is Davy Jones and Luffy is Joy Boy. Yeah, I think that's probably the case. I think that Oda might go in the Naruto route. Started the $2,000 Charlos GoFundMe on Discord. Bro, are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Thank you so much for the super chat, brother. God bless you. Yo, do not start a $2,000 GoFundMe to have me dress up as St. Charlos. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that, Young King. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you tremendously. All right, let's continue, chat. You've been afraid for a long time, haven't you? See, it just keeps building on and on and on and on and on. You've been afraid for a long time. Hey, Emu, why are you so afraid of Davy Jones if it's just the name? Maybe because this name's going to come back in the future? Let's continue reading, guys. Afraid that one day someone's going to inherit Davy's will and fulfill the promise. See? See, chat? Do you see the point? You're going to get a shock when you see that Davy Jones is Joy Boy. Plus, we've explained it to you several times. It's the singer of the same name who's foreshadowing. Okay, Johan, firstly, yes, I will get a shock because secondly, it doesn't work. And thirdly, I was thinking that Davy Jones was Joy Boy. Johan, did you forget, my brother? Did you forget? I was subscribing to the idea that Davy Jones was Joy Boy, but that doesn't work because Davy Jones is being presented as someone who is the king of the world. But wait a second. Emeth told Joy Boy that he's sorry for failing to make him king. So was he king or was he not? Is he king or is he not? You have Emeth saying that he apologizes, he's sorry because he failed to make him king. But then on the other hand, you want to say, oh, no, he's the king of the world. Is he king or is he not king? Also, if you believe that Davy Jones is Joy Boy and that Joy Boy was thus then the king of the world, don't you have to concede and say that Luffy's going to become king of the world? I wonder who scares you most. Davy D. Jones, Joy Boy. Wait, Zebek. Don't you know that Joy Boy and Davy Jones are apparently the same person? What are you talking about, Roxy Zebek? You're saying you wonder who Emu's scared of the most, Davy Jones or Joy Boy. Wait, Zebek, don't you know that Davy Jones and Joy Boy are the same person? I literally can't prove this at all, but that doesn't really matter. Don't you know that Davy Jones and Joy Boy are the same person? Never mind you, Roxy Zebek, who's literally a D-Clan member trying to become king of the world from God Valley, a secret Davy clan. Who cares about you, Roxy Zebek? I'm saying that Davy Jones and Joy Boy are the same person. My opinion, Roxy Zebek, matters more than what you think. L with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. God bless you, man. Apology form on Discord. Please sign. Bro, if it's a GARP apology form, I'm not signing. Bro worked for the devil. I'm not signing it. Monkey D GARP apology form. Two Monkey D GARP from Pirate Folk and One Piece Power Scaling convinced me he was a lesser of Roger Whitebeard GARP trio. I never believed that. I mistakenly assumed that because Monkey D. Garp was a Marine, he supported slavery and the Celestial Dragons. I forgot to actually read the manga. Bro, I am so tired of this conversation, bro. I'm about to lose it. I'm about to go Eminem and lose it, bro. Why are you guys pretending like Garp didn't leave the God Valley and continued being a Marine? I don't understand, bro. I'm the one that can't read. It's me. I'm the one that can't read. I'm the one that can't read. He literally continued working for the Marines for another 37 years. I can acknowledge that Garp continued working for the Marines for 37 years after God Valley, while simultaneously him punching Emu. But guess what? People can't hold both. People can't hold a consistent position on that against mine. They can't. You have to be like, oh, well, who cares? He worked for the Marines for 37 years. L, I'm about to banish you to the Shadow Realm, bro. I'm about to banish you to the Shadow Realm, bro. Cease this babble. They shall never resurface, so long as thou fades into oblivion. Yeah, see? The reason why Emu wants to get rid of the Davy clan and the D clan is because that would prevent Davy Jones and Joy Boy from coming back. Davy, Mu has found the perfect soldiers now, a certain nation of gentle and indecisive giants. Giants, ya bastard! Stay away from Harold. He just wants peace. Yo, Xebec, bro. Roxy, Xebec, and Emu are some of the best characters, man. Roxy, Xebec, Emu, and Loki are just awesome characters. Xebec and Loki. Xebec and Loki are carrying this arc. Even in the Shadow Realm, you won't be able to escape me. Yo, love you, Al. Love you, bro. Much love, bro. Xebec and Loki are carrying this arc so hard. It is actually insane. Xebec and Loki exceeded my expectations, bro. My expectations for Xebec and Loki going into this arc were a little high. But this arc, he kept it. Oda fulfilled the expectations. They are so awesome. Chat, don't you agree? Do you agree? Didn't Oda fulfill our expectations? Do you guys agree? Roxy, Xebec, and Loki are awesome characters. I extremely dislike Harold. Hard to slander Garp anymore after he attacked Emu and had inner conflict about the evil at God Valley. Garp staying in the Marines doesn't hurt his character, in my opinion, as we don't know why. So here's the thing, right? You're saying hard to slander Garp anymore after he attacked Emu and had inner conflict about the evil at God Valley. Yeah, but what did Garp do after he attacked Emu and had this inner conflict? Can you tell me what Garp did? When Garp punched Emu and witnessed genocide and had this whole inner conflict and asked himself what justice is, did he leave the Marines or did he stay in the Marines? Can you tell me? I want to hear the Cope answer. I want to see people come in chat and cope and say, oh, Evil, you're a hater. You're so stupid. You're going to look so dumb. Tell me, when Garp had this inner conflict witnessing genocide, bro literally questioned, what even is justice? Did he stay with them or did he leave them? Oh, that's right. He stayed with them. Now, the next part I want to talk about, Jordan, is you're saying Garp staying in the Marines doesn't hurt his character. So here's the thing, right? Doflamingo's a bad guy. Is Doflamingo being an evil character? Does Doflamingo being evil hurt his character? There are things you can only do as a Marine, according to Aokiji. I'm not even a big Garp fan. Yo, Guts, God bless you, bro. Yo, Dragon was literally a cadet, and even he left and made a worldwide army. Evil, you're a hater. You're so stupid. You're going to look so dumb. All right, let's continue, guys. Indeed, this is an unprecedented victory or opportunity. A sovereign this pliable may never appear again. Yo, little, thy current deposition is quite similar. Oh, it's quite similar. Your current deposition is quite similar to who? Davy Jones? Davy Jones, the way Xebec acts is similar to Davy Jones? Xebec's attitude and persona is similar to Davy Jones? Well, guess what? Blackbeard is similar to Xebec. So is Blackbeard similar to Davy Jones? Is Blackbeard's current deposition similar to Davy Jones? Got it. These are truly India's current tactics. He's a hypocrite. He represents Goa well. Why did Harold join the world's government? Because he wanted peace, but that wasn't the route, bro. I don't think that was the route. But you were hating on Dragon for not doing... I think you meant to say anything. You were hating Dragon for not doing anything for years, though. The hypocrisy is real. Listen, I forgave Dragon simply because I'm willing to concede and acknowledge, you know what? At least Dragon made a worldwide army to rebel against the Celestials. I don't enjoy that Dragon doesn't throw hands, because at the end of the day, this is a canon, or this is a shonen manga, bro. This is an anime. We want to see characters throwing hands and fighting. I don't like how Dragon's avoiding scuffles, but you know what? Fine, man. I'm willing to accept I'm willing to accept Dragon not throwing hands and making moves only because he's the only guy that's willing to create a rebel army against the Celestials. Shout out to Dragon. All right, let's continue. Put an end to Davy's dream. Wow. What the rocks? What happened? Did it do something to you up there? Dang it, I'm fading. Yo, look at Zebek going demon mode. Annihilate Davy's lineage with thy own hand. Snuff out all obstacles on God Valley. Is it me, or are you bigger? Out of the way. Their blood must be purged from the pages of history. Dude, why does this look like a fanfic? Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. Chat, let's take a second from this GARP debate. I'm actually getting so bored of it now. Can we just take a second to appreciate this chapter? This literally looks like a fan fiction, dude. We literally are watching Roxy Zebek getting Domi reversed by Emu, and Zebek is going demon mode with flames out of his eyes and spiky teeth, and he's going after Kaido. Bro, this literally looks like a fanfic. Out of the way. Their blood must be purged from the pages of history. Leap. Arr. Wow, Rox, what are you doing? Kaido's turning. Boom. Kaido. Kaido's knocked out? Dang you, Rox. Aren't we meant to be allies? Bro, Big Mom, you're not going to win this scuffle, bro. Even if he wasn't Domi reversed, you're not winning this. You're not winning this, Big Mom. Boom. Zebek hits Big Mom. Oh, now it's Whitebeard. Uh-oh. We're in your way. Or we're in your way, Rox? You are. Oh, is Zebek going against Rox? Ting. Look at this. Oh, Whitebeard and Zebek. Whitebeard and Zebek, bro. Whitebeard and Zebek, bro. Oh, my. Yo, this is surreal. This is surreal. This is surreal, dude. Oh my goodness. How long were we waiting to see this? We're literally looking at a demonic Roxy Zebek clash with Whitebeard. Oh my gosh. Look at the clash. My boy Whitebeard. Look at Zebek. Whitebeard's taking it serious. Look at him. Oh, they crack God Valley. What the... God Valley's crashing down. Is that the one half of the mountain? One half of God Valley just collapsed. Wow, run. The mountain's falling. Oh my gosh, bro. This is insane, man. This is insane, bro. This is nuts. We waited so long. How many years did people spend crying for God Valley, man? God Valley, God Valley, God Valley. When are we going to get God Valley? This is insane. Zebek got Domi reversied, which, by the way, we called that. Shout out to Dawn of Ascension. We called that. Zebek got Domi reversied. And now we're watching him fight his whole crew. Bro has bat wings. Zebek's running now. All the Marines are scared. There's explosions everywhere. We got Eris with Blackbeard. All warships at the northeast coast have. Bzz. Get away from the island. All ships, pull back. Oh my gosh, this is nuts, bro. Maybe this is why Blackbeard wanted his devil fruit. Who's devil fruit actually? Stan, God bless, bro. Evil honestly noticed that politically Otis often placed on the right or left with Coppola, Olivet Stone, Brian De Palma frequently appearing on his list. I don't even know who those people are, my guy. Evil, so you been off spoilers recent chapters. These new chapters are fire. I've been off spoilers for 1163. We reacted to the spoilers of 1164, but there was no long summary. Young Smokey with a $5 super. God bless you, brother. Thank you so much, man. There's a reason that the Gura Gura no Mi is the strongest Paramecia devil fruit. Bro, his fruit could destroy the world. And now Blackbeard has it. Stan is asking, this is why Blackbeard wanted Whitebeard's fruit, the Gura Gura. Man, the anime of this is going to be insane. I'm not even going to lie. Johan's sentence literally made bro yawn. It was too high of intellect. Yo, Johan is too smart for this stream. Let's face it, guys. Johan, you're too smart to be here, bro. Why are you sinking down to our level? Bro, Smokey. The Gura Gura could literally destroy the world. Imagine you just said screw it. And you went and you just started wrecking every island. Marijoa, I'm going to wreck it. Marineford, I'm going to wreck it. Just go to every island one by one and just start just one punch. Your strongest swing on each island and you just destroy the entire island. Chat, Smokey, do you think you could break the gates of justice with the Gura Gura no Mi? Thank you so much, Smokey. God bless you, bro. Northern Northeast Coast. That was close. Who is responsible? This unforgivable act must be punished. Bro, Jews. Yo, Celestial Dragons. You literally showed up to this island and started it all. You literally came to this native island, started a hunting competition, started a genocide, trying to steal the land from the natives to claim it of your own. But now what do? Oh, who's responsible? They got to be punished. You know what this is? You know what this is, chat? Roxy Zebek is basically Hamas. Look, your favorite YouTuber, they're not touching this with a 10-foot pole, bro. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. You think, bro, chat, how long has it been? It's been years. What, since 2023? Chat, they've had years to mention this already. They're not going to do it. Some of them are. Don't get me wrong. There are creators that are talking about this. I think there's a number of them. So shout out to them. All the creators, all the I don't know, accounts out there that are willing to point this out. Shout out to those guys. They're based. But this is just what we're seeing. Bro, Roxy Zebek is basically Hamas. And he was manipulated too. Wait a second. Didn't a certain group of people fund Hamas? I recall reading somewhere that a certain group of people manipulated, funded, and took advantage of the so-called bad guys. Just like Roxy Tibet getting Domi reversied. I wonder who it could be. I wonder. Yeah, bro. Hey, evil, bro. It was the white man, folk. The white man did it. I just thought of the Pilgrims and the Native Americans. LOL, Celestial Dragons equals Pilgrims, God Valley citizens, Native Americans. Yeah, that too. You could apply this situation to a bunch of things. I mean, how many like genocides, like native expulsions have we seen? A number of them. It's wrong, bro. We shouldn't be going out to Africa and then just start kicking out black people. Shouldn't do that to Palestinians. Shouldn't do that to, I don't know, some Asian country. But you know what? People get away with it and it doesn't get questioned because those people are of a protected class. And this protected class, what do they tell people? What do they believe? That they're God's chosen people. But the Celestial Dragons claim they're the gods of the world. Total coincidence. And these are the same people that wear these funny, silly hats. Wait a second. The Celestial Dragons also wear funny hats. Nah, total coincidence. And this group of people, what do? Usury. Oh, but the Celestial Dragons, they force people to pay the heavenly tribute. No, there's coincidence. Total coincidence. You got people on TikTok. You shouldn't be comparing the Celestial Dragons to Jews. Why are you comparing Celestial Dragons to Jews? Don't you know that not all Jews are like that? Sorry, I actually, it slipped my mind, bro. I totally forgot that I never said it was all of them. The Pakis and Somalis are kicking out Englishmen, bro. You could apply it to any religious genocide or genocide based on something their ancestors did, bro. I'm pretty sure like most groups have done this to each other. Was my previous comment too wild and that they are the victim? No, it's not wild. That's literally what they do. They claim to be the victim. We need Garp the Shabbos Goy to take out the Mude Pirates. Bro. Wait, which comment? That they are the victim, not that one? Or the Shabbos Goy one? I don't know. Maybe I interpreted your message differently. Because if you're asking if that's wild, maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. All right, let's continue, guys. Everyone, hurry. Don't set sail without us, or you'll all be put to death. Hurry. You'll all be put to death. You literally are the ones putting... Oh, my gosh, bro. Oh, my gosh. The Celestial Dragons literally came to God Valley to put people to death, and now they're running away saying that they're going to be put to death. Yo, this is D1 manipulation right here. This is unseen levels of victimhood and manipulation, bro. This is unseen levels of it. This is absolutely mind-boggling, man. Absolutely mind-boggling, bro. Southwest region. Come on, Rayleigh. This island's toast. Roger, safe, right? Look at Rayleigh. Based, bro. Carrying it. See? I'm Rayleigh in this moment. I'm Rayleigh in this moment. I'm taking my wife and I'm getting up out of there. Because I don't want to be murdered by the devil, bro. I'm running. Chat, I don't know about you guys. If I was face to face with Satan, I'm running, bro. I'm running, bro. Because if I stand there, he's going to kill me. Yo, I need to survive so I can protect my people, bro. Think about it like that. I'm not being a coward. I need to protect my people. But don't get me wrong. If I need to be martyred, I'll be martyred. Does that make sense, chat? That's why the pyramids inspired Freemasonry. It all starts with Moses, Solomon, David, and Akhenaten. Hey, Alexa, who started Freemasonry? Jarvis, pull up the roots of Freemasonry. Nah, I'm squaring up because if I do beat him, it's auto best afterlife. I mean, actually, that is a good point. That is a good point. Bro, you're guaranteed heaven. That's like the blood of martyrdom or blood of baptism. Who is the majority of America? Slavery, Jim Crow, and KKK was continued by white people. Just because blank had a hand doesn't remove white people's part. Look at this, chat. Look at this. Look at this. You see this, chat? Evil is fruit. He's obsessed with something he hates. I'm not. Makes sense. Got to choose your battles or destiny wisely. Exactly. If I'm face to face with the devil, I'm running. Jesus can handle it. Man, wouldn't it be funny if Mihawk ended up being an Arona? They're kidnapping Shanks. Okay, I think I read them all. All right, chat. If I give you guys long responses on each comment, we're never going to be able to get through this chapter. Let's continue. Treasure, treasure. Isn't this incredible? Wow, it's a dead end. Move it. Dang it. I couldn't even save one tiny baby. Where did he go? Oh, man, Roger, I feel bad for you, bro. I feel bad for you, Roger. Not Roger, I mean Dragon. Why did I say Roger? I feel bad for Dragon, man. Dang, Dragon. You were actually a good guy. You actually left this godforsaken military force. Chat, can we get some salutes for Dragon? Can we get some salutes for Dragon? He doesn't want to admit that he could be part Jew. Bro, it's such a silly conversation, man. You want me to go take a blood test? What? I'm not eating that. I can't eat that. Chat, you want some chocolate mochi? He has fruit in him. He's having an I'm so weak moment. Oh, that's a based comment. That's a great take. Wait, Kuba, give it a test. It would be too risky to keep trying to save people. And just so you know, I'm a transformer. I am a transformer because of these celestial dragons. Kumachi. Oh man, Kuma, an amazing character, and another peak character, bro. There might still be people out there. Huff, huff. Oh, found one. Ding that Ganzui. Shiki. Butthole. Chat, we got to censor it. Butthole, you'll never make it out of this island alive. You hear? Gee, ha 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 ha. No one gets the drop on me. Yo, how is Shiki still alive, this bozo? The treasure. You know what? Oda's putting a lot of focus on this treasure so that it could actually amount to something, bro. This treasure is actually going to matter. This isn't like some plot device to have like half the Rocks Pirates distracted. This is going to be Captain John's treasure, bro. Everyone get to the coast. We need stretchers. We can't. The forest's on fire. Oh, no. Roxy Zebek's going after Eris. No, not his wife and his baby. No. Roxy Zebek's going for Eris. Zebek, he looks... So, you lost? I'm sorry. It's our fault. You faced that thing to save us, even though you weren't ready yet. Oh, no. 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 Not Eris and Teach. Teach. Oh, no. We have no choice but to jump into the sea and swim. I won't let the Davy clan end here. We'll survive, no matter what. Escapees spotted on the coast. Oh no, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Zebek swinging. Bang, 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 bang. Oh no. Chat, I actually don't know what's gonna happen right here. I actually don't know. No, Eris, please. Poof, poof. Kuma! Kuma! Kuma. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Why is Kuma the best character ever, bro? Why is Kuma the best character ever, man? Poof, 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 poof. Zebek swings. Boom! Explosion. The ship explodes too. The ship and the island. Davy. Next, extinguish all who remain on the island. Wait, so Eris got away? Yeah, he teleported to Eris. He teleported to Eris and Teach. Oh my, yo, Kuma. Kuma's the best character right now, bro. Yo, Kuma's the best, bro. Ever since Egghead, this dude has surpassed everyone, bro. Kuma has literally surpassed everyone since Egghead, man. Look, exactly what Jacob said. God bless you, Jacob. No matter what we do, Kuma can't get enough praise. Yo, this guy is on a whole different level, man. Why is Kuma so amazing? Young Smokey with the 2 super chats, a 5 and a 20. Thank you so much. Chat, let's get some salutes for Smokey. Let's get some one wokies in the chat. Drop a wokie. Kuma is the GOAT. He saved Joy Boy and Davy, Blackbeard, and Luffy. I believe all the treasure here that Roger has covers the wealth part of Roger. Thing, wealth, fame, and power. Man, yo, this dude Kuma saved Bonnie. He saved Luffy. He saved Blackbeard. He saved Teach. Eris. Wow, Kuma is one of the greatest guys. He's one of the greatest. And as far as this goes, I see what you're saying. I think, though, Smokey, I think part of Roger's wealth is going to come from Laughtail. Because I remember reading a while back, I don't remember where I read this, but isn't it kind of confirmed that Laughtail will have at least treasure? Like Laughtail, I'm not referring to like when Oda and the editors are saying that Laughtail is going to have a physical treasure, that it's not the friends we made along the way. I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to like something else. I think I read somewhere that like Laughtail could or would have like gold, some type of treasure, like a treasure chest, loot along with the One Piece. I don't remember where exactly I read that, though. Thank you so much. And another 20 bomb. I need to see some wokies in the chat, guys. I need to see some wokies. I need to see some salutes. I need to see some heart emojis. God bless you, brother. Thank you so much, man. By the way, let's talk about something here. It's possible that Kuma saved Captain John as well, since Moria needs his corpse. Same with Ganzui. Kuma would have saved everyone there. Kuma doesn't discriminate. Kuma's based. But here's the thing. Wasn't a dead Captain John found on Thriller Bark? So are you saying like Kuma saves Captain John and that's how he got under Thriller Bark? Is that what you're saying? Insane. Insane. I agree, though. Kuma's not going to discriminate. He's going to save anybody. Kuma's based. Amazing takes, Young Smokey. Amazing takes. I co-sign you, bro. Davy next. Extinguish all who remain on the island. Vice Admiral Garp, please hurry up. I told you to get the hell out of here. How long are you going to stick around? Roger, where are you? I'm fine. Let me know when everyone's on board. Yeah, stop it, Rox. Rox? Why does he look like that? Bro has went demon mode. Oh, it's Garp and Roger. Bring it on, Rox. This fight is going to be nuts, bro. This fight is going to be nuts. Either this is going to be an insane, nutty fight where Xebec like loses his arm, then he loses his leg. Maybe they behead him or something. But it's either that or maybe Garp punches a hole in Xebec, or they're going to interrupt the fight somehow. Davy, whoosh. What the hell have you turned into? I won't let you go after my crew. Roger, Garp, this voice, please. What's with that expression? Please, kill me. Roger and Garp, and he dives to them. Chapter 1164, and the climax of God Valley Incident. 10 out of 10 chapter. 10 out of 10 chapter. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. And I don't even pass those out lightly. If you guys have been watching the channel for a long time, you guys know I've done tons of chapter reviews for like 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. This one right here is a certified hood classic. This is going to go down as one of the most hype, insane, heart-wrenching, sickest chapters ever, bro. Could you guys imagine reading Elbaf on binge read? Imagine when we get to binge read Elbaf. It's going to be insane. The binge read of Elbaf is going to be incredible. It's going to be unseen levels of based. Smokey, what are you giving this chapter, bro? What are you rating this chapter, Young Smokey? Young Smokey, L, and Dawn. What are you three rating this chapter? I feel so bad for Rox. Bro was literally dying inside because he was no villain. Man, poor Rox, bro. Poor Rox. They really did my boy wrong, man. See, they made so much propaganda about him. Don't get me wrong. Rox did have a few iffy spots. You know, he did want to become king of the world. He killed someone. You know, Rox wasn't a perfect, flawless guy. But there is so much propaganda about this guy. It's actually sad. It's actually insane. Easy 10. Jin Marks, God bless you. I hope God has been protecting you, visiting you, nurturing you, guiding you, preserving you. Young Smokey with the 50 bomb.
This guy brought a nuke into the
The
building.
50 bomb dono. Chat, should I go work out after the stream? I'm saying Kuma saves Captain John, especially because we need John to get his treasure, become a legend, inspire Buggy, and get killed by his crew later. Not that Kuma sent John to Thriller Bark. I'm just saying we know for a fact John makes it out of this. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying then. Because right now he's not legendary enough for there to be this like myth or legend about Captain John's treasure. 1 million out of 10 chapter. 20 out of 20. He said a 20 out of 20. Yo, chat. Do you guys agree with Smokey here? Gotcha, Stan. I've been super consistent with the workouts past few months. This week, a little rocky, but definitely need to get back on that. Is this kombucha? Chat, you guys want my review? You guys want a drink review? Mama Pop. Just like Mama made it. Oi Hung. Pink guava. Down the hatch. It's actually pretty good. Maybe a high 8 to a low 9. It's not crazy. Old Evil was peak male physique. Which Old Evil? Dress like review, bro. You want me to put a suit on? Yo, chat, should we start putting suits on when we react to the chapters? I'll put a suit on, chat. I'll put a suit and tie. Gingish, God bless you, bro. They will surely meet is about Joy Boy and Davy Jones. No, we know at least one of them is referring to the Mermaid Princess, which is Shirahoshi, bro. Opinion on Domi Reversi as an ability and how it's been introduced. I think Domi Reversi's sick. I always believed that Emu was the devil. I've been saying this for so long, bro, so many years. You could go to my old videos and see it. With that being said, Domi Reversi is a demonic possession. It's literally a demonic possession. When he was wearing black tanks, do it like how Jay does it, suit up. Oh, he suits up. I didn't know that. Dofi suit. What you mean? We know that. We do know that because when they were talking about the two sovereign, wait, are you talking about the dialogue in the Elbaf mural, or are you talking about the dialogue between the Sea Kings? Because I'm talking about the dialogue between the Sea Kings, the two sovereign. Are you actually talking about the mural? Oh, okay. Sorry, correction. I thought for some reason I thought you were talking about the two sovereign that they will surely meet again. That's what I thought you were referring to, but you're not. You're talking about the mural. Well, then I don't have a problem. I think that's actually a pretty cool take. Shout out to Gingish. Sorry for the misunderstanding. I think that's actually a pretty cool take, but I would need to read the mural again to see like how exactly that works. You know, I want to read the context in the mural to see. Okay, the first world says they'll never meet. Second world says they'll never meet. Third world says they will surely meet. It's just very ambiguous as to who it's even referring to. So it's possible then it's talking about Davy Jones and Joy Boy, because you can't rule it out since it's ambiguous. You can't prove it, but then you also can't disprove it. If I told you I had a coin in one of my hands, you can't prove it's in my left hand, but you can't disprove it either. Does that make sense? Shout out to L with the $10 dono. Shout out to L. God bless you, bro. If Evil never dyes his hair like Zebek or dresses up as Charlos, I want my money back as gifted subs to the community. A man of the people. Bro, I'm sorry. I can't. Look, we agreed on Mihawk. I'm going to try to figure out how to do Mihawk. I can't find a Mihawk cosplay without spending like $1,000. I'll try to do a Mihawk cosplay. We agreed on it, but why I can't do the Zebek hair coloring. We talked about that. I can't do it, bro. Where can I get a Mihawk cosplay that's not going to cost a lot of money? See, I'm looking at a Mihawk hat. On Etsy, there's a Mihawk hat, and the hat is $400, dude. Isn't that too much? $400 for a Mihawk hat? Actually, no, maybe it's the whole suit. People in the comments, there's some girl in the comments that had the suit on. No, it's just the hat. Yeah, it's just the hat. Emu meeting either of them was what I would say after this chapter. If you type Walter Rayleigh into Wikipedia, you'll see a painting of a person wearing a straw hat. Let me see. Walter Rayleigh. Oh, yeah. Dude, this makes me think of remember when Roger was young, like way earlier in the manga? Roger was young and he had like the straw hat, and I think he was like recruiting Rayleigh. This is what that reminds me of. Here, let me put it on the screen. Chat, if you go on Wikipedia for Walter Rayleigh, look at this guy. Well, actually, is that a straw hat? That almost looks like a cowboy hat. Look at that. I still see your shadows in my room. This confirms a lot of things about Laugh Tale and One Piece. Wait, how? Excuse me, $400 for a Mihawk hat? Bro, that's what I'm saying. I just went on Google and I typed in Mihawk cosplay, and one of the first few links there is from Etsy, Mihawk cosplay. And if you click it, the Mihawk hat is $474, and then the Mihawk suit is $474 as well. So $800 for the hat and suit. Bro, it's too much. They can't make like a $50 one. If there's like a full set for $50, then that's not that bad. Oh wait, I think I found one actually. Oh wait, I think I see one on eBay, $55. Triple XL? Oh my goodness. Yo, chat, I think I might have found it. Do they have it in like medium? Yo, chat, I think I found it. I just need the necklace and sword and hat. This only comes with a suit, though. Just get a pimp hat and call it a Mihawk hat? Because that would mean that the straw hat is part of the One Piece. It's the key. Do Temu Mihawk. Find a way to make my own hat, bro. I have no idea how to do that. I would need like a month to do that. I'd probably mess it up. I feel like making a hat, it's actually pretty complicated. All right, chat. Let me see. What is today? I think today's legs. Gotta go work out. Oh, man. Should have worked out earlier. Yeah, today's legs and cardio. I do enjoy hitting weights, though. If the straw hat is the One Piece, what does that mean about the treasure? Bro, I feel like if the straw hat's the One Piece, then it's kind of like the friends we made along the way, because like it wasn't really like, you're not really getting like this, I don't know how to articulate how I feel. Like, you're not getting like this big surprise in a way, because like Luffy had it all along type of thing. The gyms here are pretty nice. I mean, they just seem like they're just kind of the same as the US. It's like the same thing. Do you use jump rope? Actually, I used to use jump rope, yeah. But I find cardio for me to be better with walking and jogging. I think that's just more effective. It's great cardio. Also, we should be walking and jogging as much as possible. Emu meeting Joy Boy or Davey D for the Elbath mural. Yeah, Gingish was saying that. Oda drew inspiration from the Bayo tapestry. Dude, I have no idea what that is. How are you always pulling out like these the most random ideas, like all these like different people and movies and books and events, bro? I don't ever know what you're talking about like 90% of the time. Yo, chat, I think Johan might have like graduated from a university studying like history or something. This dude is like a college professor or something. How's the gym baddies there? Just wink of bro. I'm not looking at gym baddies. I can't have lust in my heart. Plus, my wife looks better than any gym baddie. So, hope that answers the question. Our Lord told us we shall not sin in our heart, sin in our thoughts. And I'm here to be a devout disciple of the Lord Jesus Christ. Also, I didn't wink. You're such a liar, bro. Also, I know, actually don't know if all Christian denominations teach this or if they think something similar, but I think that lust actually clouds the intellect. What is the most weeboo thing you could do besides eating mochi? I don't think eating mochi in itself is weeb. I think when you really try to be Japanese, forsaking your culture, and it's kind of like comes off very what's the word? When it comes off very not edgy, but when it comes off like angsty, like you hate your culture, you hate your place, and you want to embrace Japan, and it comes off very angsty and cringe. That's kind of like approaching weeb territory, But I think if you're just chilling and you eat a piece of mochi, I don't really think that's like a weeb thing to do. I mean, there are certain activities, there are certain things that if you do it, it just comes off super weeb. Like if you try to act like an anime character in real life, that's weeb and it's extremely cringe. Do you like Indian snacks? I don't think I've ever had an Indian snack before. When a dude says "itadakimasu" before eating his own culture's food, yo, could you imagine saying that at in the middle of McDonald's? Well, I mean, I guess if you were in McDonald's Japan, it would make sense to do that. But if you were in the US and you were just handed a Whopper and you're like "itadakimasu," it's kind of gay, bro. Okay, maybe that wasn't the right word. Don't clip that. That is pretty cringe, though. Bro said, saw a dude say "itadakimasu" before eating some tacos. See, that is too far. That's just kind of cringe. There's nothing wrong with enjoying Japanese culture. That's not wrong. You're allowed to like it. But at some point, it just kind of seems a little cringe, Bro would have been pushing Rastafari if his wife was Jamaican. Since you're more into Christianity, you should look up the Baio fresco. Let me see the Baio fresco. Oh no, I just closed the picture. The Zebek Domi Reversi. Okay, chat. I'm not gonna have Domi Reversi on screen, but I'm gonna have something even better on screen. You guys are gonna love this. You guys ready? You guys ready? Check this out. Check this out. Check this out, guys. It's time to go. Was I a good pirate? No. You were the best. Y'all ain't pretend to be characters when y'all were kids playing outside with friends. Yo, I caught on real quick. I thought that was cringe when I was little. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not fun to be around. I'm anti-cringe. Like if someone does something cringe, I'll pretend like I didn't hear it. I'll pretend like I didn't see it. Like I'm the kind of person where if something embarrassing happens to somebody, I'll pretend like I didn't even notice it. Like I didn't even hear it. I didn't see it. I have a like a soft heart for people embarrassing themselves or being cringe, but I am anti-cringe at the same time. Like a lot of things I think are very cringe. I can't like think of an example off the top of my head, but I'm very anti-cringe. Goku Wolverine 15. Bro, that's actually based. What are you talking about? If I saw that name in the lobby, I'm backing out, bro. I would power up all day and never turn Super Saiyan. Yo, God bless Eric. The Weeb movement actually originates from Tolkien, the Bible, and Norse mythology. That's a strange combination. I thought the Weeb movement mainly just started from anime. What does the Bible have to do with the Weeb movement? Do you think Emu's going to turn into literal Satan after Vivi is absorbed into it? Well, I don't know if Vivi's going to get absorbed into it, but I do think Emu's literally Satan. I do hold that position. I think Emu is literally Satan. Maybe the only difference is that Emu, as Satan, is possessing a vessel right now. He's possessing a body. But I do think Emu is literally the devil. LARPing is the best part of being cringe. Is that vamp leftovers, a few more sessions of mass, and you'll absorb the cringe. Yo, listen, man. Listen, bro. So, here's my thing, right? I cannot, in good conscience anymore, assent to the dogma and the teachings of the Catholic Church. I can't do it anymore. And I mean, I don't know if this is necessarily a good thing, but luckily I have not been baptized in the Catholic Church yet. So currently, I would want to side with Oriental Orthodoxy as my Christian denomination. Because the way I feel is that, and I don't want people to be butthurt, and I don't even feel like debating right now. I just kind of want to talk about One Piece, if you guys don't mind. But the way I see it is that Jesus Christ established one church and one church only, his true church that he protected from, or he will protect from the gates of Hades, that will only preach truth and never heresy. I don't think any Protestant church is that church because none of them have apostolic succession and they're not cohesive. They're not consistent with the early church. So I don't think Protestantism is the answer. I think the Catholic Church is close because it has the four marks, one, holy, Catholic, and apostolic. But I feel like the Catholic Church fell into error. I can't assent to the Catholic Church anymore. So I would be moving on, and I would think that the true church is either Eastern Orthodox or Oriental Orthodox. And when I look at Chalcedon, the Council of Chalcedon of 451, I feel like there's way too many red flags in that council to justify it being a true, legitimate, Holy Spirit-led council. So I wouldn't want to accept the Council of Chalcedon. I'll accept and assent to the ecumenical councils beforehand, Nicaea, Constantinople, Ephesus. But I wouldn't want to assent to Chalcedon because I feel like there's too many problems with it. So therefore, I feel like I want to be in the Oriental Orthodox Church. What do you think about the theory that early Christians were Gnostic? You could go read the early Christians right now. You could go read the early fathers. Gnosticism was a heresy right away. So, I mean, technically you're right. Like there were Christians that were Gnostics, but that was heretical and they were shown why. It's not like you could literally go read the councils of the early church. You could literally go read it. You could go read countless writings from early church fathers, the holy fathers. You could go see this yourself. You could go see what the debates had, right? Gnosticism's a heresy. In my opinion, I don't want to offend you. I don't want to offend anybody here, but I don't think that's the teachings passed down from the apostles. Yeah, so right now I think I want to be in the Oriental Orthodox Church. No hate to anybody though. I want you all to have your own journey. Why did I bring that up again? I think Eli said something. Somebody said something. Oh, Mass. So the reason why I said all that and why I'm bringing that all up is because like I don't know if I want to continue going to Mass. I would rather go to Divine Liturgy at the Oriental Orthodox Church. Not even Christian, you do, you King. I pray you come back, Eli. I pray you come back, even if it's Catholic. If Emu is Satan, then only Mihawk with his cross can stand against it. Hey, Luffy's going to have a Gomu Gomu no cross punch. Luffy's going to turn his arm into a cross and punch Emu. Nah, it's okay. I like Buddhist thought the most. Evil looks like Raymundo from Shaolin Showdown. Dude, if I pull up something that's just going to piss me off. Wait, isn't this like a really old cartoon? I think I remember this. Shaolin Showdown. Yeah, actually, I do remember this guy. I was going to call him a yellow guy. Chat, is that racist? I mean, he is yellow. I don't even know who Raymundo is. Chat, is it racist if I call this guy right here yellow? I mean, like, he's yellow, right? Like, if you screenshotted his forehead and scanned it, it would be yellow. Raymundo. I look like Raymundo? You're not funny. Actually, no, there's nothing there's nothing wrong with this, bro. He has aura. Yeah, I think I might have watched that show like one time in my life. Johan, you're fanficking real history, my guy. Fanficking real history. Low key. That's incorrect because William the Conqueror had a book, the Doomsday Book, which was inspired by the Book of Revelation, the New Testament. Wait, are you saying that Johan is a history or like a historic revisionist? Johan, are you pushing revisionism? Pull up the villain? The villain of Shaolin Showdown? Who's the villain? This guy? Or is it this guy? Oh, yo, this is Emu. Wooya. That's what his name is. His name is Wooya. Yo, Emu right here, man. An evil 1,500-year-old Halen witch. Yo, Emu's a witch. Bro, someone in this chat's going to start thirsting over this. Because I know how you guys are. Chase Young, who's this? Is this the villain? How am I supposed to know who the villain is? I don't know who the villain is. This guy, he's a primary antagonist. This guy, Jack Spicer. Have you noticed that the crucifixion of Jesus resembles the Kabbalah and the Tree of Life? A good thing our Lord was crucified before the garbage that is Kabbalah. Kabbalah is satanic. Would I actually be banned on YouTube for saying that? Yo, I'm sorry, but Kabbalah is demonic, bro. Someone has to say it. Kabbalah is demonic. Eustace Kid in the multiverse? Yeah, actually, he does look like Kid a little bit. Where do you think Jesus studied before he started his journey? Lots of people say in Asia, Buddhism, etc. Yeah, those guys speak from silence. The people that say Jesus traveled to Asia or India or whatever type of nonsense, those people are speaking from silence. They have literally no proof. Or maybe 1 out of the 100 people that say that, they'll go and cite some kind of like some kind of forgery, basically. But considering that Jesus at like the age of 12 mastered the Torah and stuff like that, I don't really think he was I don't think bro was studying and mastering the Torah in India. I'm pretty sure he was just studying what the Jews believed at the time. Does that make sense? Why did they not accept the Messiah and think he hasn't arrived yet? Because people will deny the truth in front of their eyes. People do that all the time. You could show people how Earth is a sphere and they'll deny it. You could show people how 1 + 1 = 2, and then you get that one. What's that guy's name? Terrence Howard, that try to say, no, that's actually not true. People will deny the truth, especially like if it's a spiritual truth. People are spiritually blind. Now, I think you're allowed to say everything is demonic except the group of people that can't be talked bad about. I don't think they worship my God. I don't think, I'm going to be honest. I don't think, let me word it this way, right? I don't think the celestial dragons worship the same God as the D-Clan. Why would he need to study and master the Torah? Didn't he know everything? Because Jesus was fully human and fully divine. He still had the humanity within him. That is also a great question. Like, that's a fair question. But like, he still had to grow. Like, he didn't appear on earth as like a full-fledged man. Obviously we claim that he knew everything, but yeah, fully human, fully divine. I guess that would be the short answer to it. Maybe I wouldn't be able to explain it as precise as people would like, but you could probably go that's actually a pretty good question. You could go find probably a more qualified answer out on Google. There's probably like an article about that. Jesus and Buddha theory put forward by Bill Gates and the CIA compares the Naga tribe to Jesus, but it's considered satanic by Christians. Why are we comparing a random tribe to Jesus? Your answer makes me want to kiss every wall in your house. What? I finished the anime of JoJo's. You think it's cool to jump straight into Steel Ball? What's Steel Ball? JoJo's is really cool, bro. You guys should watch JoJo's. I was watching it. I thought it was pretty cool. But that was a long time ago. What's Steel Ball? What is that? Oh, it's the 7th. It's JoJo Part 7? Steel Ball Run? Yeah, I don't know about JoJo's. I only watched, or I don't know about that part. I watched like the first 3 or 4 parts. Have you read Steel Ball Run? It's the highest rated manga after Berserk. No, I haven't. I watched the first 3 parts of JoJo's. I thought it was actually a pretty cool anime. Isn't Jesus in JoJo's? They put Jesus in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and like he's OP or something like that. Jesus Christ reference. There's a theory put forward by psychologists that Jesus did this to avenge his parents to take over from Moses. What? Mel Gibson is making a sequel to Passion of the Christ. Yeah. Jesus wasn't the first and probably not going to be the last virgin birth in mythology. Eli, I don't want to misconstrue what you're saying or misrepresent what you're saying at all. I'll just add my 2 cents. Like, we don't believe that Jesus is like a mythological figure. We believe Jesus actually existed. Like, he was actually in the human timeline, and the Gospels detailing of Jesus is not like a metaphor or something. Like, he actually did do those miracles, and he actually did live, and he actually was born of virgin birth. Now, there probably is mythology out there. Notice how I say mythology. There's probably mythology out there of figures that didn't actually exist that might have 1 or 2 similarities similar to Jesus, but that doesn't actually say anything. And I'll see sometimes people say like, oh, well, Jesus was inspired by this other one mythology. Like, the thing is like, most of the time when people say that and they show you or tell you what the similarity is, you go and you look, and that deity that they claim had that similarity, they actually didn't even have that similarity. But secondly, even if they had that similarity, people know that that's just a piece of mythology meant to be a story. You know? So with Jesus, we believe he was the actual person that actually did these things. The earliest Christians were called the followers of the way, which is a reference to Buddhism, where they say it's a way of living. Jesus was a student of everything. He had to rebrand things. No, that's literally not. No. That's literally not what they believed. I don't even know where you get that from. That makes no sense. We know what the apostles taught. We even know what the disciples of the apostles taught and what they believed. They didn't believe in this one way thing. I don't know what you're talking about. That makes no sense. Jesus claimed to be the God of Israel. Jesus in the Gospels, right? He told the Jews at the time, before Abraham was, I am. What he's saying, because of the Hebrew, when he says I am, he's referring to the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, the God Moses spoke of, right? So like that just kind of eradicates like most of like this Christian revisionism that we see. Jesus was not pushing a Buddhism thing. Jesus said that he's the way, the truth, and the life. He didn't say anything about Buddha. We know what Jesus taught, but so many twist and misinterpret his words. That's so true, King. King, that is so true. This is why we read the early fathers, to train our mind and keep an orthodox faith. This is exactly why we do that. Because when you go look at what some Christians nowadays say about Jesus and Christianity, you come to realize that they don't line up with the earliest fathers at all. They don't. Why should we trust the other early fathers? Why should we appeal to the early fathers? It's simple. Those guys were trained and had their succession passed down from the apostles. King J with the 200. Thank you so much, brother. God bless you, man. Kill Luffy off, revive Zebek, and give him the Nika fruit with the Straw Hat crew backing him this time. Give the second fruit to Loki and have him join Zebek. Now give Zebek a second chance. Bro, that's a whole different storyline at that point. Yo, kill Luffy. Give Zebek the Nika fruit. Make Zoro follow Zebek. Yo, that is wacky. That is wacky, brother. That is wacky. Thank you so much, King J. Yo, you might be the biggest Zebek fan I've ever seen. I won't lie. Change your name to Rox DJ. Could you do that for me? Change your name to Rox D Way, because I have not seen a Zebek glaze this hard in my life. Thank you so much, King J. I hope you've been blessed and protected and healthy. We know what Jesus taught, but so many twist and misinterpret his words. I'm also talking about you, Evil. Yeah, I would love you to show me how I'm misinterpreting our Lord's words. Please show me. Because I would want to, I'm curious to know, what do I believe that's so wrong about Jesus? I would love for you to tell me the answer. Because what we can do is we could take my stance and your stance, and we could compare them to the early fathers and see who the orthodox one here is. We could see who's the one holding on to the apostolic faith. We could see who's the one holding on to what Christians always believed. The protectors, the keepers of the deposit, and see who it is that's innovating just random stuff. Why do so many people try to debunk Jesus so much? It's like they can't accept Jesus being a Messiah. I think Jesus is the only Messiah. I don't believe there's any other Messiah. There's one Lord and one Lord only. There's only one God. I don't believe there's another God. And I don't think other religions worship my God. But yeah, I think they try to debunk Jesus because like they hate the truth. Because like if you love the truth, you would embrace the truth, right? I'm not a fan of the churches. I feel like they twist the meanings of actual words from the apostles. Yeah, again, so this is, look, God has blessed us with the internet. You can go on the internet right now and read what the earliest Christians taught and believed. It's not hard. You can do it very easily, very, very quickly. We're blessed. Maybe like 40 years ago when there wasn't the internet, bro, you know how hard it would be? But now we're lucky. People, there's all online, all over the internet. You could go read the earliest church fathers. So what's my point? My point is if you want to know how to interpret sacred scripture, your best bet is looking at what the earliest Christians believed, because the earliest Christians were trained by the apostles. You get my point? The apostles wrote the New Testament and then trained people. What if there was a way to go read what those trained people said? Oh, wait, you can. For an example, St. Ignatius of Antioch. He was trained by John, and John was the man who wrote the Gospel of John. You know, when you read the Gospels, when you read about Jesus, the Gospels, Gospel of John, St. John, he trained disciples. One of those disciples is St. Ignatius of Antioch, and you could go read what he taught. And I trust him more than a random dude in 2025 just making things up like from the top of his hat. There was suffering in other places too. Why didn't Jesus go there? Probably, or didn't go there. There were can't read. There was suffering in other places too. Why didn't Jesus go there? There were people in other continents too, probably even more than Israel. The main reason that Jesus came down, the main reason why the word became flesh, why this immutable, infinite God came down and humbled himself, right? Becoming flesh is to save us from the debt of sin. And the only way he could pay the debt of sin is by dying. But here's the thing. God can't die. That's not possible. If God could die, then it's not God. But wait a second, a human can die. So what Jesus did, what God did was he became flesh. He put on human flesh. So he was fully human and fully divine, right? And by him dying on the cross, paying the debt for our sins because he never sinned, his divine flesh, his holy flesh was valuable enough to pay for the debt of our sin, thus freeing us. So he didn't come to like go to every single country and like heal people from illnesses. And the reason why we have sicknesses and suffering, one, because of human free will, two, because of Satan, but three, because we live in a fallen world. Hope that answers it enough. I'm not a Christian. Too many use the term to think they have the moral high ground so they can be a POS for the rest of the time. I mean, okay. People don't accept Jesus because he's the Messiah of the Jews, and not everyone is a Jew. Jesus didn't come to other continents. So Jesus is a Messiah to the Jews because they were past the revelation of the Messiah. They were given the oracles of God. But here's the thing. God, Jesus, he came down to save the whole world, to spread knowledge of God to the whole world. So you could think of it like God growing a relationship with one small part of the world, right? Israel, Palestine, growing that relationship, teaching them about the faith and about himself until the finale comes. His son, the only begotten, he comes down, he pays the debt for our sin, and he brings in the new covenant, bringing in all people. So like, it doesn't really matter if you're Jew or not. That's why the New Testament says there's neither Jew nor Greek. There's neither slave nor free man. We're all one under Christ. So it's not a Jewish religion. That's not the point of Christianity. Three years ago, I was saying that Zebek wasn't a villain. No one believed me. If he was actually dangerous to citizens, Blank wouldn't have erased him. Blank would have used him to say that D is an evil clan. Wow. Thank you for the super chat. King J coming through, dropping yet again another banger dono. Throwing shots. Actually insane. I don't even know what to say about that, King J. I mean, it is true. You were on the train that Zebek wasn't a villain. He sure was portrayed as one, though, by the enemies. Thank you so much, man. I don't know what to add. I mean, they always want to erase the truth and spread propaganda. So that's just something we got to deal with. That's just something we have to see through. They had to erase his truth. Thank you so much, King J. MD Luffy with the 2. God bless you, brother. You and King J. Imagine that Emu's devil fruit is also awakened. Yo, if Emu has a fruit, it's definitely awakened. I feel like most of us could assume that, right? Imagine that Emu's devil fruit is also awakened. If not the devil fruit, perhaps it's a void or chaos devil fruit. Emu is shrouded in the black Hagoromo scarf that is generally around the neck of other awakened devil fruit users hinting a higher level of awakening? First of all, thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate you, brother. Now you're talking about Emu having the Hagoromo. Did we see that this chapter? Like, I did see Emu swirling around Zebek, I guess, at one point, but I didn't see that as like a Hagoromo. Where do you see the Hagoromo from Emu? Where is that? And with the Hagoromo, I really don't know what to make of it, because like some people have it, some people don't. Some people are evil, some people are good, but then there's white Hagoromo, there's black Hagoromo. Luffy was in Gear 4 with the Hagoromo. But wait a second. Gear 4 isn't awakening. You see, so it's very strange. I don't know what to think of the Hagoromo. We've tried to like break that down on multiple streams, bro. I have no idea, man. I have no idea, bro. All right, I honestly wish Oda would just come out and tell us like what the deal is with the Hagoromo, because we can't really say like, oh, for evil people, oh, it's for good people, oh, it's for black means this, so white means that. Oh, well, you got to be awakened, or no, you don't got to be awakened. Because like most of the time we see the Hagoromo, it's with people that are awakened, but then Luffy in Gear 4 had the Hagoromo. That's not awakening. You have good people with white Hagoromo, bad people with white Hagoromo. You have bad people with white Hagoromo and bad people with black Hagoromo. You see, like, there's no clear pattern here. But I do agree with you that if Emu had a devil fruit, it's going to be awakened. I agree that much. Thank you so much, bro. God bless you, man. I think the One Piece is the kingdom of heaven. Jesus' main thing was his kingdom being different, but once we see it, we'll be able to live in a different kind of life, back to the Garden of Eden. Yeah, it's possible that One Piece is aiming for something like that. Garden of Eden. That would be pretty wild, though. That'd be pretty, like, cosmic, you know? The Bible is missing 200 plus books. And while we have the core message, a lot of things like slavery, blank, and selling your daughters are missing context. When you say the Bible's missing books, are you talking about the books that are clearly forgeries and just completely inconsistent with no authorship? Is that what you're talking about? I would love to know a book that doesn't have those problems. Why should they add a book to the Bible if it literally has contradictions? It doesn't even fit with the history at the time. It has inconsistencies because it's a forgery. You don't know who the author is. It has nothing to do with anything. It contradicts other scripture that we know is legit. Why would you add that book? See, like, people always want to say like, oh, the Bible had removed all these books. The Bible, and the Bible doesn't have these books. Have you ever asked yourself why they're not in the Bible? We need a what-if story with Zebek actually having better friends and completing his plan and seeing how Emu would have done against that. I don't know, man. Hey, I know you're talking to Smokey, but I wonder, like, is that even possible with how powerful Emu is, man? King J with another super 40. God bless you, brother. Thank you, Young King. It's Loki's flashback, and my boy Kuma still catching W's. Bro, Kuma is just that guy, man. Kuma's legit, my guy. Don't underestimate Kuma. He's one of the best, and I mean the best characters. This chapter almost made me cry with Kuma, man. It's amazing. Doesn't the Bible already have inconsistencies and contradictions? No. L with the 5. Thank you, Young King. God bless you, bro. Chat, I'm never going to be able to work out. You guys, hey, you know what? I don't mind. Keep the super chats coming, bro. We got stuff to chat about. Thank you so much, King J. God bless you, bro. Kuma really is that guy. And you too, L. Do you think that there will be a Holy Knight or a Gorosei that will betray Emu once they see the light that is the sun god? That's actually a great question. I never thought of it like that. I mean, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, bro. I mean, I need more reasons to believe it. Like if there's some kind of foreshadowing. Well, actually, no, I have a whole video on a Gorosei member betraying them. You guys remember that video I did like 4 years ago about, I think I did Saint Mars. Saint Mars is going to betray the Gorosei. That. Saint Mars betrays the Gorosei, betrays Emu because he sees the light that is Nika. That's actually... L, that's actually awesome, bro. I never thought of it like that because he sees the truth. He sees the Messiah. He sees God. And he's like, you know what? I'm done with this evil stuff. I'm going to the light. Jesus says to love your neighbor and enemy, yet people use the Bible to justify slavery. Okay, that doesn't say it. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't prove anything. People will use a fork to stab and kill somebody. So what does that say about forks? Like, there's no point in that. Maybe I'm misunderstanding you. I don't want to misconstrue or misrepresent your argument or comment. I never want to do that to people. But I don't see what your point is here. It's like people could take a spoon and use it to cook drugs. Like, are spoons bad? Do we need to avoid spoons? Like, I don't get it. The Bible also saved black people from slavery. It saved women. It helped build countless hospitals, universities. We could go on and on and on and on and on. Young Smokey with the 10. Young King. God bless you, bro. I actually didn't mean to hit that button. I'm not going to lie. And I actually skipped. I'm sorry. I got to go to Abigna first. He super chatted first. I clicked the wrong one. Thank you so much, Abigna. God bless you, Young King. Abigna asks, what do you think about Revelation 3 or 13:3 and Trump? Well, I don't know Revelation 13:3 off the top of my head, so I'm going to pull it up. What I will say is that when it comes to the book of Revelation, right? The book of Revelation is an extremely difficult book of the Bible to exegete because it's hard to know when something is supposed to be a metaphor, symbolic, literal. You know, in most of the Bible, you could pretty much like understand when something's supposed to be a metaphor or literal or symbolic or whatever. But specifically the last book, Revelation, it's very, very difficult to deduce, you know, each passage in the way it's written, what it's meant to be interpreted as. But I saw that one of its heads seemed to have been mortally wounded, but this mortal wound was healed. Fascinated, the whole world followed after the beast. So this is referring to the Antichrist, right? Isn't this referring to the Antichrist? I don't think Trump is the Antichrist. I highly doubt Trump's the Antichrist. The reason why I don't believe the reason I don't believe Trump is the Antichrist is for one simple reason. The Antichrist is going to deny the existence of God. He'll also deny Jesus Christ. So someone can say, oh, well, what if like Trump secretly behind closed doors hates God and doesn't believe in God. Sure, maybe behind closed doors, Trump is atheist. Sure, I'll grant you that. But he already in public professes God. So, you see, you're going to end up holding an inconsistent position there. Versus many other people around the world, they're openly atheist. Many people around the world, they're openly denying Christ. Like, if you're Muslim, right, you instantly deny that Jesus is God. If you're Jewish, you instantly deny that Jesus is God. If someone is denying that the Word became flesh and dwelt among us and died for our sins, Jesus Christ, they are Antichrist. They might not be the Antichrist, but by definition, they're Antichrist because they're anti-Christ. They're against Christ. So yeah, it could be the same like for the Pope. Like someone might say like, oh, the Catholic Pope is the Antichrist. Well, the Catholic Pope is trying to get billions of people to love Jesus. So even if he was like evil, right, behind closed doors, he's pushing like an evil agenda, which I think he might be. That doesn't mean he could be the Antichrist, because the Antichrist is going to straight up tell people there is no God. You know, I hope that answers the question, which again, a lot of people already do that. Big news. Oda confirms Frankie is Queen's son. I'll send pic in the Discord now. No way. You're trolling. Frankie is Queen's son. There's no way. Yo, I feel like you're about to troll me, man. Are you about to troll me? Where is it, King? Where is it? Odachi Heso are Frankie and Queen father and son. Eh? Oh no, they've noticed. They must have seen it in the One Piece Encyclopedia. Vivrecard, the year that Queen's child was born matches the year that Frankie was born. And the year Queen abandoned his child also matches the year Frankie was taken in by Tom. Readers knowing something, the characters themselves wouldn't be weird or the readers knowing something, the reader or the characters themselves would be weird. I'll have to bluff my way out of this one. No, they're not. Oda stuttered in his answer. Is this actually real? Or is this a fake SBS? It's real. It's real. Bro, what? Frankie is... Bro.
No way.
Frankie is Queen's son? I just realized I wasn't sharing my screen the whole time. Crap. Chat, it's actually real. The new SBS is out right now. The new SBS is dropping. Reader, Odachi Heso are Frankie and Queen father and son. Oda says, eh? Oh no, they've noticed. They must have seen it in the One Piece Encyclopedia Vivrecard that the year Queen's child was born matches the year that Frankie was born. And the year Queen abandoned his child also matches the year Frankie was taken in by Tom. Readers knowing something that the characters themselves don't would be weird. I'll have to bluff my way out of this one. No, they're not. Frankie is Queen's son. Bro, what? What? The series constantly addresses the doubts even believers tend to have once in a while. So true. Heart. Appreciate your openness, Three. Of course. I'm very open. I let the viewers come in and challenge me on anything. You guys don't have to agree with anything. Just understand that, you know, all of us are going to share our opinions. You know, we're all going to stand our ground. So don't get butthurt for pushback. Christians can't even say anything wrong because the Bible justified it. It's an intellectually inconsistent religious textbook. I don't even understand this logic. This is so stupid. Christians sin. Like, that's like the basic. Like, everyone's a sinner. That's like level 1 Christianity. I've never seen like a Christian like say like, oh, I hope I don't know, like I hope this one group of people gets genocided. And my defense is the Bible. I literally, who would do that? I don't even get this comment. King J with the 40. Thank you, Young King. Again, brother, God bless. Gunko is scared of Nika, but she will turn good. Hey, I'm here for it. Let's turn everyone good, man. Let's turn everyone good, bro. Let's turn everyone good. Check DMs. Oh, man, chat. I'm not going to be able to work out, bro. It's almost 1 a.m. Oh, shoot. Yo, chat, look at this. Ho, 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 ho. It was foreshadowed all along. Wow. Actually nuts, bro. Oh, King J, I thought you were talking about One Piece when you said this. The series constantly addresses the doubts believers had. Dude, I thought you were talking about One Piece, referencing like the SBS questions. Like Oda is always addressing the doubts that fans have. I thought that's what you were talking about. Guys, you both should watch Evil 2019 and 2024 web series on Prime. It's a Catholic story against the Antichrist and the Beast. Yo, I'm going to have to check that out. That sounds interesting. It's on Prime. Do you have Prime? Oh, man, I don't have Prime. I might be able to find it somewhere else, though. No, I'm not a Trump fan. I'm definitely not a Trump fan. See, like, here's the thing. I'm not talking about you, okay? But here's the thing, right? If you go and you tell someone that Trump's not the Antichrist, they're going to say, oh, so you love Trump. No, I don't love Trump. Like, in life, it's always like this. You say, hey, guys. Hey, chat. I love ice cream. Oh, so you hate steak? People always want to do that, man. L with the 2. Them legs never getting swole. Hey, L. I need to get nice legs, bro. I need to have good, strong legs so I can carry my children, so I can live long and be happy and healthy and lead others to a better life. All right? That's the goal. That's my goal right here. How are you so intelligent? Bro, I'm not intelligent. I could name like 100 people smarter than me. Stop spreading this fake news. Kind of like how Emu denies Davy Jones is a king. Yeah, exactly. It's like that. You got it. You got it. True, a lot of symbolic end time visions and revelations. Yeah, it's very hard to know what's literal and what's symbolic there. But most of the Bible, like the other like 90%, you can tell when something's supposed to be a parable, when it's supposed to be literal, stuff like that. The Bible doesn't save black people from slavery, but it definitely justified what happened to Mexicans because they were godless heathens according to that logic. Let's start with the black people. The Bible was used to liberate black people in America, and there's no way around that. Going on to Mexicans. Well, first of all, Mexicans were sacrificing babies to demons. That's not good. The Catholics that went to Mexico, they evangelized the Mexicans to get them to stop slaughtering babies. So what's the problem here? Like, how dare they get Mexicans to stop worshiping demons and sacrificing babies? Is that the kind of position you want to hold so that you can be anti-Bible? King J with the 100. Thank you so much, bro. God bless you, young king. Evo got them Kaido legs. That's funny. Sanji beat up an elderly man who is also his co-worker's dad. Wait, Sanji beat up an elderly man who is also his co-worker's dad. Wait, who are you referring to? Notice how none of the Straw Hats hit Vince Smoke Judge as he's Sanji's dad. Wait, who are you referring to? What are you referring to? Sanji beat up an elderly man who is also his co-worker's dad. Wait, Queen? Frankie's dad? Oh, because I was thinking about Baratier. When you said co-worker, I was thinking about Baratier. I get what you mean now. Technically, like Frankie is his co-worker. I was thinking Baratier, like back when Sanji was a chef, remember? That's what I thought you meant. Okay, that makes sense now. I get what you're saying now. Yo, that's crazy. Sanji has no respect for his coworkers. And you're right. Luffy didn't beat up Judge. Yo, Luffy would have one-tapped Judge. He would have one-tapped him. Check Discord and the new spoilers. Let's see. Per Puppies. Reader, I'd love to see what Vivi looks like at ages 40 and 60. I've sprayed some Sandachi repellent so you can rest easy this summer. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Nothing really to see there. Shout out to Smokey being so fast posting this. Hold on. Smokey, this is what I'm going to do. Hold on. I'm going to make a channel on the Discord server. It's going to be called SBS. And in this channel, I'm going to make it so only the staff can post. Let's see. Oh, shoot. How do I do it again? Yo, King J, how do I make... I made the channel, King J. It's SBS. How do I make it again so the mods can post? Yo, Smokey, try right now. Can you post in SBS? See if you can post in SBS. You don't have to ping people. What we'll do, Smokey, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Don't ping people. Just drop the SBS pictures. Just drop them in one by one into the channel. And any other mods, if you guys are mods on the Discord server, you can drop the SBS pictures in this channel just one by one so that it doesn't, like you don't put like multiple. King J with the hundo. Thank you so much, brother. Again, God bless you, King. I know for a fact that Sanji's the only Straw Hat who has had a... I just can't prove it. Yo, what the hell? Yo, King J, are you obsessed with circumcisions? I've noticed there's been a number of messages in the chat you've made about circumcisions. What's with your fascination with the phallus, huh? Do you have some kind of like fetish with a phallus? Huh? You and the circumcision, man. Let me tell you something. Circumcision is of the heart by the Spirit. Not outward, it's inward. We're supposed to be inwardly circumcised, okay? Shout out to King J, man. Shout out to King J. My brother is an atheist. I showed him a random teaching of Jesus and he was amazed, but he doesn't want to read more himself. The one about how a good tree will not bear bad fruit and vice versa. Yeah, you have to give time. You have to give people time, bro. You have to be patient with people. You know, if you want to evangelize people, like you can't expect someone to just be like, oh, wow, that sounds nice. Let me become Christian. You know, you got to take your time with them. You also got to know who you're talking to, you know? Some people, you want to appeal to them in different ways. Maybe you could try to show him like the argument of the apostles and the disciples. Why were so many Christians willing to be martyred for their claim of seeing the resurrected Christ? For me, that's a very strong one. I couldn't find a good answer as to why so many people are willing to die because they claim they saw Jesus Christ resurrected. They could have literally just said, nah, you know what? I'm lying, and lived. But so many of them, none of them recanted. All of them, every single one of them died and never recanted. They never said, okay, fine, I admit I'm lying. Because trust me, if even one of them guts, if even one guy was being tortured and then he said, fine, I admit it, I lied, you would know about it. Everyone, they would have made that big news. They wanted any reason to destroy Christianity. Trust me, they would have made that known. Look, this one guy, we were torturing him and he admitted he lied. None of them changed their mind. None of them recanted. So for me, that makes me think like, geez, bro, like all those people were willing, bro, they got fed to lions. They got thrown off buildings. They got lit on fire. They got skinned alive. Dude, the most horrific things you can imagine, and none of them recanted. If that happened in the court of law, I feel like a bunch of judges would be like, yeah, case closed, you know? But that's only one way of looking at it. That's only one argument. You know, you gotta know who you're talking to, because certain people, you know, they assent in different ways. Luffy has the longest phallus of all. Okay. Zoro fans are gay. Yo, chat, I'm not even gonna read the rest of this comment. Get this guy out of here. Zoro fans are gay. I'm not even reading the rest of the comment. Guys, get this dude out of here. I don't want to see him ever again. She looks like Celestial Dragon in Bad Timeline. Yo, Viswa, how you been, bro? God bless, man. We were sacrificing people by the thousands. Yeah, that's actually true. Bro, back in like ancient, not even that ancient, like hundreds of years ago in Mexico, bro, they were sacrificing like 1,000 people a day. So wild out there. L with the $2. God bless you, young king. Thank you, man. He says, check Discord. The words I fear most. Yeah, let's go. Shaolin Showdown, man. What's this guy's name again? I forgot this guy's name from Shaolin Showdown already, but why'd you choose that picture of me? Yo, okay, this is actually funny, though. This is actually funny. Look at that. Yo, I'm Eustace Captain Kidd. I'm Kid now. Thank you so much, Smokey. Coming through, posting the SBS in here. New SBS just dropped, guys. New SBS. Wing Wei, after reading about Mizitsa Bepe. Yo, chat, never ask a celestial dragon what Mizitsa Bepe is. Oops, I dropped them together. My bad. Yo, don't worry, bro. It's all good. It's not a big deal, bro. Frankie would have definitely beat Sanji's dad if he was at Whole Cake Island. Bro, if Zoro was at Whole Cake Island, you already know what I'm about to say. Yo, don't let me cook. Don't let me cook. Yo, what do you think would have happened if Zoro was at Whole Cake? Ooh, you're so lucky, Sanji. You're so lucky. If Zoro was at Whole Cake, oh, man. Oh, man. If Zoro was at Whole Cake, oh, brother. My brother in humanity. If Zoro was at Whole Cake Island. Yo, it'd be a whole different story right now. Let me put it that way, bro. Let me put it that way. If Zoro was at Whole Cake Island, the story would be completely different right now. It would be completely different right now. We would be down 2 Straw Hat members. The Monster Trio would be non-existent right now. Monster Trio would probably be Luffy, Jinbei, and I don't know, Robin or something. You're coping. Luffy would have ordered Zoro to not step in. Nah, Zoro would have blitzed Sanji so fast that Luffy wouldn't have even been able to stop him. Zoro would have blitzed. Bro, the moment Sanji's foot, the tip of his shoe, hit, even like tapped Luffy's face, Zoro's sword would have been through Sanji's belly, bro. And you know what would have happened? Zoro would have turned to Luffy and said, how can you let this backstabber be in here? How can you justify this backstabber? I don't want to read the Bible because it's too long. The Bible is very, very long. You could break it into parts, bro, and just take your time. You could read the Gospels. Start there if you want. Read the Gospels. You got Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. They aren't even that long, honestly. If you sat down for like an hour, you'd read a big chunk of a gospel, and then you could see what exactly Jesus did and taught. And just take your time. There's no rush. Maths, I'm assuming you're young. You got time, bro. Just take your time. Enjoy it. Zoro at Whole Cake Island would have got Sanji back like how X Drake got Caribou in the Caribou cover story. Elsa, we missed you. God bless. I wish Zoro at Zo didn't say leave Sanji and not go after him. Yeah, bro. Oda was forced into leaving. Oda was forced into leaving Zoro behind. Oda knew what he wanted to do with Sanji and Luffy, and Oda was like, there's no way I can have Zoro there. There's no way I can have Zoro at Whole Cake. There's no way. There's no way. I'm going to have this whole falling out between Luffy and Sanji. Sanji's literally going to attack Luffy. There's no way I can have Zoro there. And then also there's no way Zoro can ever find out that happened. Remember when Sanji mentioned that Frankie would love to have Queen's cyborg parts during their fight and still didn't give them the Frankie? Bro, King J, you find like the funniest critiques. You find like the funniest like ways to slander people. It's so funny. By the way, chat, I'm kidding. My whole thing was Zoro being at Whole Cake. Chat, I'm joking. It's a joke. And that the fact, so here's the thing. I have to let you guys know I'm kidding because for some reason people can't tell when someone's making a joke. But then on the other hand, if I tell you I'm joking, it kind of ruins the joke, right? Chat, I'm joking. I don't actually think Zoro would kill Sanji. It's a joke, okay? Now back to what we're talking about. Sanji is lucky Zoro did not go to Whole Cake. Sanji would literally have to... Luffy would have had to make Sanji a rubber leg. Let me put it that way. Sanji would need a rubber leg and a rubber cane the rest of his life. What other characters would you replace from Whole Cake Island with the Straw Hat Crew? What do you mean? Would I replace from Whole Cake with the Straw Hat Crew? Are you saying like the ones that stayed behind versus the ones that went? Like if I could swap them around? It's mainly just Zoro because of this dynamic between Luffy and Zoro and Sanji. I don't really think the other Straw Hats would make it more compelling of a storyline. Nami, Robin, Chopper, I don't really think it would have spiced it up too much or changed anything. Because like when it comes to Sanji, right? The other characters of the Straw Hats, they don't really have a different deposition from each other as opposed to like Zoro with Sanji, you know? Like Nami, Robin, Chopper, Frankie, they all view Sanji the same, differently from Zoro. Does that make sense? Zoro would have blocked the attack for sure, but would have noticed Sanji being fake for some reason. Ah, so you do admit Sanji was being fake. Ah. Hey, I'm never going to let that go now. You always want to hold things against me, L. I'm going to hold this against you. You think Sanji's fake. So much for being a Sanji defender. So much for being a Sanji defender. Zoro was having a tough time versus Appu. Bro, he one-shotted Appu. What are you talking about? He one-shotted Appu. I'm not a super Sanji fan, so I don't care. Fake leg Sanji. Yo, I feel like you're coping, man. L, you're coping. He said, I'm not a super Sanji fan. Mary Shelley is the creator of Frankenstein. She could have inspired Emu for Marijoa. Furthermore, Emu resembles Dracula because Frankenstein came out after Dracula. So if Emu is Dracula, who is Frankenstein? That's a good question, isn't it? I'm here to argue against evil. Nah, you're here to be a bozo. And you're doing a real good job. Sanji was having a tough time against a spider gifter under Black Maria. The gifter was a man, so it's a woman excuse.
This guy brought a nuke into the building.
Oh, man. Yo, it's so funny how King J will find the most obscure reason to slander Sanji, bro. This dude will pull out some random character you've never even heard of and find a way to downscale Sanji for it. Yo, every chapter to King J is a Sanji downscale. I'm a devil's advocate. If you were a Sanji fan, I would be supporting Zoro's side. Yo, you are an op. You are my opposition. You are my enemy. This guy brought a nuke into the building. King J's ability to slander Sanji should be studied, right? This guy's ability to slander Sanji should be studied. I've never seen a person find so many different ways to slander Sanji. Why don't you see people make these arguments on Twitter? L with the 5. Thank you so much. This is going to be our last super chat, guys. It is late, and we've been streaming for 2 hours, 38 minutes, and 33 seconds. Shout out to L. God bless you, King. Thank you so much, man, with the $5 dono. Zoro was originally a buggy villain. Wasn't even meant to be a Straw Hat. But yeah, guess what? He ended up becoming a Straw Hat, the best Straw Hat. Who is he on the crew? Oh, yeah, that's right. The right-hand man. The first man. If Luffy got married to Vivi, Zoro's going to be Luffy's best man. Let me say that one more time. If Luffy got married to Vivi, Zoro's going to be Luffy's best man. Deal with it, bro. Get mad. Be mad with Oda, not me. Spider Gifter. Yeah. Look at her. Before we end the stream, look at who Sanji struggled against in Wano. Before we end the stream, look at who Sanji struggled at in Wano. Can anyone tell me who this guy's name is? Who is this guy on the right side? Can anyone tell me what this guy's name is? You guys can't even tell me what his name is. Yet Sanji's struggling against him. Wow. Sanji is struggling against a no-named gifter. This is your man's. This is who you guys have equal to with Zoro. You guys have him equal to Zoro. You can't even tell me what this guy's name is. You don't even care what his name is. But wait a second. Sanji's struggling against him. And you have Sanji equal to Zoro. Didn't Zoro cut Kaido? The world's strongest creature? But Sanji, on the other hand, what is Sanji doing? We'll wrap this up here. You guys like the Law shirt? Gotta represent for my boy Trafalgar. Been watching X-Files with my girl. Sounds fun, bro. L with the 2. Last super. God bless you, man. Thank you so much, man. Zoro was meant to be Kabaji. Well, guess what? He wasn't. He wasn't. Sanji was meant to be Naruto. God bless you all. Thank you, Young King. Much love, bro. Salute, man. Chat, we're going to wrap this up here. Very fun, awesome stream. Good talking Christianity with you guys, debating, making fun of each other, all types of stuff, enjoying One Piece, theorizing. Thank you guys for coming to the stream. So much fun. There is no break next week. No break next week. So expect more streams. We will have open mics to make up for all the missing streams the past month or two. Yeah, look forward to that. God bless King J for another hundo. Thank you so much, brother. Remember when Zoro and Mihawk stole the show in Sanji's debut arc? Hey, Sanji fans, you remember that? Remember when Zoro and Mihawk stole the show in Sanji's debut arc? It wasn't even his like an arc. Maybe he was a little important. And no, his debut arc. Not my world's strongest swordsman to be. My soon to be world's strongest swordsman. What? Luffy's my pirate king. Deal with it. Take care, everybody. God bless each and every one of you. Expect more streams. I want you guys to be more comfortable going into the open mics. I want us all to have open mics, debate, discuss, disagree. If you guys have views on different religious views, history, politics, whatever. Love chatting with you guys. God bless all of you. Don't take these things to heart. Chat. I try not to take these things to heart. Hope you don't take these things to heart. We're all friends here. We all love each other. We all hope for the success of each other. Take care, everybody. Have a beautiful morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. May God protect you. May He preserve you. May He guide you, love you, and visit you. Through all your troubles, may He deliver you from your suffering. Stay safe, chat. God bless. Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. L with the 10. Thank you, brother. Bro doesn't even talk about Dawn the way he talks about Zoro. Dawn of Ascension is infinitely better than Zoro could ever dream to be.
If the world hates you, just remember that it has hated me first. If you belong to the world, then the world would love you as its own. But I chose you from this world, and you do not belong to it. That is why the world hates you. Whoever hates me, hates my Father also. They would not have been guilty of sin if I had not done among them the things that no one else has done. it is they have seen what I did. And they hate both me and my father. They hated me for no reason at all.